with suspension training. Utilizing the KB Duo, I'm going to show you how to get more burn out of every rep using compound movements, supersets, as well as drop sets to optimize your results with every workout. We're going to jump into the one-legged suspended squat, okay? Got to get one leg here, put it up in the suspension trainer, make sure you're mounted. We're going for 8 reps on each side. You might need a bit of a base here just for some balance, but as you get a little better, go ahead and go. Let's start working on our 8. As you get a little better, go ahead and don't use that. Work on your balance. But if you're new to this, make sure you've got something, a partner maybe to grab onto, or simply a plyo box works great too, just to put next to you for a little bit of support as you get moving. You want to go for depth. We want to get that top of that thigh as close to parallel to the ground as we can. What that's going to do for us is start working on our quads and a little more of our glutes as we go. Flip in your foot, hop on out. The key to this is you want to make sure that you're slightly farther than you think you need to be. When you first come out into this exercise, you're probably going to shorten it a little bit. That's what he did here. You see this knee flirting with the toe? It's a great example. You want to hop out just a little bit farther than what you feel comfortable with, because that's going to line you up perfect throughout your hips and your lower legs here. Notice his knee flirting with the toe a little bit. That's okay. We want to make sure that we're just not rolling over all the way. Hands stay out in front of the body just for a little bit of balance. Got 8 on each side, okay? So as you get done with your 8, you're going to take about a 30-second break and jump back in. That puts us right about that minute rest period for each leg as we move through the workout. So we're roughly about there. Let's go ahead and move into the next leg. We've got 4 sets on each side, which is going to really start this leg workout off on the right foot. You're going to start getting a lot of burn through your hips, your thighs, your hamstrings. Hop out just a little bit farther. Remember, all you got to do is think toe, knee, toe and knee. As soon as you squat down, if that toe runs over the knee, you know you got to go a little bit farther. As you can see, his body, he's really keeping his hips square. That's key. If you let that leg slide back and really open up, you're not going to hit the muscles in the right way. We want to make sure that we stay square so that we're working the hips for a little bit of strength, building balance as we move. Good. Always out just a little farther than you feel comfortable with. Get your support over here, nice and stationary, working to get to that parallel spot. Leg strength here. Your legs are going to start burning this second set. Your third and fourth are going to be a tough task. So again, make sure you've got that base next to you so that you can stay under control and you don't ever feel like you're going to fall. Good. 8 reps. Your working sets, you've got 4. Make sure you get a good warm-up before you always start your leg workouts. 30 seconds, stand around, kick your legs. If you start feeling that balling up feeling, that tightness in your hammies, tightness in your glutes, you gotta stretch a little bit. Easy way, just touch the toes, spread the legs, go down from leg to leg, or you can even do some crossover movements for your glute. But make sure you stay on the time frames here. You get your 30-second in between. That gives you about a minute total on each leg for the rest, and we just keep on pushing through. Building strength in the legs, good. Now he's a little more advanced. Remember, he's got his hands out front. He's got great hip alignment. He's balanced. But remember, if you need to, put that hand on the box. Don't worry about that. First time doing the workout, make sure you're balanced. Make sure your hips are in line, your knees in the right spot. That's the most important part. The balance will come, but we don't want to struggle with the balance and ruin our good workout and our depth in our hips. The lower we get, the more glute activation we're going to get. The lower we get, the more quad burn we're going to get. So if you want to build strength, you got to get lower and you got to stay under control. Very good. Finishing strong. Good. He's got a good pace. If you want to go a little bit slower, you can go a little bit slower. The key is, remember, as you tire, you got to keep these hips square. Don't let them fall back on you, all right? You got one more set here, so take a deep breath. Stretch out those hip flexors. If you're getting a lot of burn on the front side of your hip flexors, there's one thing you got to remember. When you get that leg in the back like that, you can't lay back. If you lay back heavy in your foot, you're going to get a lot of burn in your hip flexor. So you want to make sure that you're thinking front side, front side. The exercise is on our front leg, okay? Don't lay on that hip. Work to get forward and work from the heel to middle of your arch. If you think toe, your knee will be spilling over your toe. If you think heel and arch, you're going to be right there in line. That's good. Very good. Finishing strong. We got 8 more on each side. We're moving on. Good. Very good. Keep pushing here. This is the tough set. If if you need to spend a little more time on the box, if you started early and you had good balance, and as you move throughout the set, you're starting to find yourself a little more fatigued, a little bit more unstable, make sure that you stay under control. That knee starts wobbling, you can't have that. You gotta stay under control and really work for your depth, keep your box close. Good, finishing strong. All the way down, working to get that thigh flat, keeping this hip square. Good tall chest, don't slouch, good tall chest. Very good. Now we're gonna focus a little bit more on our hamstrings. We've got a superset here. First one's gonna be the hamstring curl. Next, we're going into a power squat for a little bit more of that explosive power that's gonna build us some muscle as well. First move here, got the suspension trainer ready to rock. We got the straps around the heels here, just above the shoe, right around the ankle area. So when we bridge up, he comes on up. We're curling 12 to the parallel position here. Remember, we're always working to get that thigh parallel to the floor, parallel to the wall, kind of wherever. If you're in the horizontal place, vertical place, always with that vertical plane or that horizontal plane there. Make sure you get your butt up. Nice, good bridge. Going for 12 here, 12 reps, big curls. Gonna feel a lot of burn in your hammies here. Very important, you gotta keep this butt up. If you sag down, you're not gonna get near the benefits. Right into it, superset means you go right into it here. Going with 20 jumps, going for height, gonna build a little bit more of the strength through our quads and our hips. Gotta have a little bit of power, gotta stay under control here. Gotta stay under control, good jumps up, good jumps up, very good. Make sure that you don't go too deep. We don't need to drop your butt all the way to the floor. We don't need to get too deep because that's not gonna give us any more benefit. You stay right in that parallel plane to the floor, just like I talked about, and you get up high for those 20 reps. Working for height every single jump, that's gonna build more strength in your thighs, more strength in your glutes, every single round. We've got 3 sets now, 3. Superset, put both those together, you're gonna feel a lot of burn, so if you need to stretch in between sets, make sure you do that. Remember, with the KB Duo, gotta slide this handle just around. We've got a nice, easy strap for you to use to put around your legs. We're going heel and heel, getting ready to go because we're not going a ton of rest here. We're gonna build a little bit of strength in our legs. We're gonna shoot for about a minute in between. So with those squat jumps in there, we wanna target the hammies. We don't wanna leave too much rest in between. So we got about another 15, 20 seconds here. Catch your breath. If you need to be stretching your hamstrings, you can stand up, walk around a little bit more. We're ready to go here though, and we're gonna get moving, okay? We got 12 reps again with the hamstring curls. Big hips up, nice and controlled. Make sure we don't let our knees go too wide. You wanna stay nice, right down the middle, and stay under control. If you go too quick, you're not really gonna get that muscle contraction we want. We wanna feel that hamstring crunch all the way from backside of our knee all the way up to our glutes. If you go too quick, you're really gonna hide a bit of the movement because you're gonna use more momentum. Stay under control just like that. Head to your feet. You got a quick blow here, about 10 seconds. Catch your breath because we want to make sure we're getting that height on these jumps. 20 reps. Good. Push yourself. Push yourself. Always catching in your hips. Catching in your hips. That means you're laying back, sitting back on the jumps. If you stay forward, you're going to let those knees go in front of your toes, and that is not what you want. Target the muscles the right way. Build leg strength. Power in your sport, power in your fitness, that's what it's all about, and you got to have the right form to work the muscles in the right way. 20 reps, a little bit of a cardio challenge here as well, but more about strength, so keep pushing, all right? Catch your breath now. Take your time. Remember, a minute, minute and a half. We got 3 sets here, so this is your last round, and then we're moving on, okay? Deep breaths, slow that body down, because remember, we're focused on strength here. We're working the hamstrings again, so take your time. 20, 30 seconds more, and we're gonna get started. Make sure when you're mounting the Duo, you've got something sturdy. You're either using a squat rack, using an overhead mount, support beams of your roof in your house. You can put it all sorts of different places, tree trunks. Just make sure that you got a nice sturdy place and you're gonna be ready to rock. Do some suspension training wherever you decide to train. All right, hips are up. We got 12, nice and slow, stay under control. Big flex in the hammies. If you notice your hammies starting to ball up, get a little angry at you, just drop your hips down, take a couple minutes, slow it down, maybe even go with the 2 sets, okay? This is a very tough exercise. You may not think so, but when you get here in the straps, you're really gonna notice your hamstrings are very tight. This is a very direct muscle contraction for the hamstring, so stay under control and do it the right way. Finish the workout strong. All right, got 20 reps. Let's finish strong. Back in the hips, jumping away, jumping away. Don't go to the duo as you bend down and jump, because then you're gonna get slack here. You're gonna be flying all over the place. It's a slight bend, jump away. Be powerful. 20 reps as high as you can. You gotta push here. You gotta really try to jump. That's where the strength is. Gotta get more explosive. The more explosive you become, the more strength you get. Keep digging. You got 20. Come on, push yourself. Push yourself. Working hard every time, every time. Very nice set. Moving into the atomic push-up here, it's going to work the front side of our delts as well as our chest, and we're going to superset it with the hug. Let's get started here. We're going to flatten out the back, going for some depth in our push-up, not sagging in the hips, and you're going to tuck the knees as you come up. We're shooting for about 15 to 20 reps here. Really start building a big burn to our chest and our delts. The pace is important. We don't want to go too slow because we want to get more reps, but we don't want to go too fast and get out of control, because oftentimes these hips will sag and we'll have bad form. We don't want that. Most important thing as we train, we always got to stay under control and squeeze the muscles the right way so we build strength in the right places. Very good. Getting our 15. If you can only get 8, 10, that's okay. You got to take your body to the limits, and you always got to work out to failure. If you want to build more muscle, you want to build strength, you've got to push yourself to failure. Very good. Got our 15 to 20, wherever you're at. You know, if you're even more advanced than that or less advanced than that, make it happen, okay? You're shooting for 8 reps, 10 reps. If you need to do 30 reps, do them. Go to failure. Or about that 15 to 20 rep range. Superset here is the hug. You've got straight arms. It's basically a fly concept. Go ahead and get started. And this one will be all the way to failure. No rep ranges, all the way to failure. Notice here he's got straight arms. He's coming across. His arms are straight. As you get here, you're gonna have that tendency to curl. Don't do that. Nice and straight, get a big squeeze through your chest, and stay at that area where your body stays flat. If you start leading with your stomach, that's a bad thing. That's gonna be a little bit more stress to our spine. We don't want that, okay? So stay under control, and as long as you can get that big squeeze, you're looking good. Remember, always with the KB Duo suspension training, you can use the drop set method here. You can take your feet out a little bit and make it a hair easier, just to take it to that failure all that much more. If you're just starting, you might not want to use this until you get a little bit more advanced, because you're going to get way more burn than you're used to. If you're a little more advanced, you can go ahead and take that drop, but let's just go with one drop set because we're going 4 today, 4 sets of this. So the atomic push-up along with the hugs is really going to challenge your body. I want to show you another thing here with the hug, okay? You'll get to this point. We got about a minute, minute and a half, 2-minute rest here, so take your time, catch your breath, but take a look at this. When you're doing your hugs, you've got to make sure that you don't get this curl method like this. When you get to your flat back position, you're trying to get long with your arms and get across, and you want to stay straight. So when I'm here, my arms are actually still pretty straight. So I can get down here, I'm pretty straight, pretty straight. Don't get in this habit of curling. That's not going to help us build any more of a chest. That's going to work our biceps. Not what we want here, all right? So about another 30 seconds off. We're going 4 today. You're really going to start feeling this burn as we get moving. Very good. Couple other notes. If you're new to suspension training, you've got angles now. You can make things more difficult by changing your angles farther or closer away with that hug. This exercise, if you can't quite get the push-up and the atomic motion, you might just go with the knee tucks instead, all right? It's all about modifying the movements to take your body to failure. That's how you're gonna build strength, okay? Remember, we're shooting for that 15-20 range here. If you need to go way higher, go way higher. If you need to go less, then go less. 15-20 is a pretty good rep range to get you the right kind of burn here, though. So stay focused, stay under control, because remember, those hips drop, that's not what we want. Our focus is our chest and our front side of the delt here. Very good. Keep pushing. Get your 15. He's got perfect form. Make sure that this is what you look like at home. Also notice the angle here of the KB Duo. If you're working out and you've got this angle on the flat side of your knees, or when you straighten out those legs, if it goes back out of this plane, that is not what you want. You want to work forwards, okay? Right into it now. We're going with the hugs. This is a failure set. If you need to do 30 or 40, that is not what I want, okay? I want you to take these legs out a little bit closer. Let's show him a couple. So if he moves in a little bit closer, that's gonna be harder, all right? I want you to shoot to fail around 12 to 20, 8 if you're a little more advanced, but you wanna work to get a little bit closer. Now walk it out a little bit. If you're all the way up here, he's gonna be able to do 30 to 40 reps. That's not gonna build strength. So as he comes closer, now I can get it to where I'm failing around 8, failing around 10, failing around 12. Play with that rep range, that 8 to 12, that's where you want to be to build strength. You don't want to get much higher than that or you're really going to miss it here. Alternating hands, left one on top, right one on top. As soon as you fail, take a break. Looking good. Very good. Relax. That's a great set. Another key note with the KB Duo, you guys, you got to be really careful with this because I know you want to work hard. I know you want to push yourself. I know you want to build more strength, but as soon as you break down the form, you can really hurt yourself here. So stay under control. As you get to that failure point, the first move that you're going to make is you're going to start taking your hips forward. You're going to let your belly button lead to use momentum to get up. As soon as that happens, you want to go ahead and stop or walk it out a little bit. If you're nice and flat here, you can get a lot of squeeze. My hips can even be slightly back if I need to, because that's going to make sure that my spine's in line and I'm in a good position to get stronger in my chest. All right, get ready to rock. Remember, slide these handles over. We got plenty of room for our feet. We're ready to go. All right, big pace here. Let's go. Good. And even so, when you start doing these, we got 4 sets. 4 sets is a great strength range. If your first 2 sets, you're able to rock 15, 20 atomic push-ups. These last 2 sets, you're more around 8 to keep good form. That's okay. Because as long as you're failing, like I said, you're going to be building strength. If you take it over the top and you push yourself too much with bad form, you can hurt yourself. So adjust the reps and sets as needed. Very good. Keep digging. Good. Abs gonna burn a little bit here. Really starting to build a little bit of core strength as we work our chest. Moving right into the hugs here. Good. Trying to fail around 8 to 12. That's always our goal, building a little bit of strength. The suspension trainer, we can get a little bit higher than those 4 to 8 reps that you may be used to, using heavy dumbbells, using heavy bars, because we're able to work our core and our whole body through suspension training. So we can use a little bit higher rep ranges because we're really using a lot more muscles and we're really flexing more than you may using a straight bar or the dumbbell. Very good. He's got his hands alternating. He's got a big squeeze. Good. Nice job. All the way to failure. With the hug, there's another little trick that I see a lot of athletes, a lot of people trying to work their strength in their chest. They cheat a little bit. Make sure this isn't you. As you get to the top, if you really rush to the top and then you rush out to the bottom, notice that little slack that I get there. When I get here, I get some slack and I don't get any resistance until I'm about 3/4 of the way down, okay? You don't want to do that. As soon as you get to the top, you want to weight on that body and you want to resist it out, okay? Weight on that body, resist it out. Now I've got a lot more flex and I'm really working to squeeze to build more strength through my chest. If you use the momentum and you lose that last half, you only get half the results. You know, you got a pull, eccentric and concentric part of the muscle. You can work both with this exercise. We got our last set. Let's work strong, okay? Remember, rest periods are very important for building strength. They're a little bit longer than you may be used to, or they may be shorter than you may be used to. If you're taking 5-minute breaks, that's not what you want to do here when you're working your chest, working for strength with a suspension trainer. You're looking for 1.5 minutes, 2-minute max. Any longer than that, you've rested the muscles too much, and there's really no need. We want to get just barely out of that burning sensation, and we want to be working again, okay? So if you're not used to that kind of intensity, that's what you're working for, okay? Work to push the pace, but stay under control. If you need more than 2 minutes, like I said, just go ahead and take it until your body gets used to it, but that's the ultimate goal. Very good. Keep working. You got good form, set 4, pushing it here, building strength all the way. Very nice. Finishing with the hug. Last set here, got to dig. Shooting for that 8 to 12. This last set, if you want to take your drop, which means you step out a little bit farther for that extra 4 to 6 reps, go ahead and do it. Make it as advanced as you can. Remember, the harder and more you can make your body fail by staying under control, the faster you build muscle. Just know that. Gotta burn, but don't use momentum. Don't drive the hips. Squeeze. As soon as you fail, take a step. Take a step, take a step. Good. Take your little baby step out. There you go. So now you see it's all in his chest again. He was working his core a little bit those last couple reps. Now it's right back in his chest. Come on, 2 more. You can do it. 1, 2. Way to finish strong. Nice job. Time to get the big back workout started. We're starting out with the row. Remember, the amount of resistance is completely up to you. The more slant we get, the harder it is. The more upright you are, the easier it is. Let's go ahead and get started. I want you to fail around 8 to 12. So again, it's all on your positioning. Let's go ahead and get started. 8 to 12, we got a big back. Trying to keep your chest nice and wide. Really, really rowing. Getting good resistance here. He's got good posture. He's not leading with his stomach. Nice flat back. And for you more advanced people, that's where you need to be. You need to walk on down a little bit. Because remember, with failure, we're going down to get more of the strength benefits, okay? We're partnering this up with a superset with a reverse fly. So we've got big chest, really rowing up. Now we're going reverse fly where you're going to have to move out a little bit easier. Nice wide, long arms, and you're waiting for the resistance at the top. When you use a suspension trainer like the KB Duo here, great for body weight. You really get to adjust the weight on the fly. But the key to remember is you got to let your body weight move. Don't let momentum ruin your workout. You know, you get to the top, you don't want this slack. You got to wait. So get to the top, take that peak, wait for your body. Now you got that eccentric movement as well. So stay under control. Here we're shooting for a good burnout for your superset. Lighter weight, more reps, and really start feeling that burn through your back and your shoulders. Very good. Staying long. Get you one more. Get you one more. You can do it. Very good. Relax. We got 4 sets here, so make sure you shake those arms out a little bit. If you need to hold that shoulder across, make sure you stretch that delt out a little bit. You're going to start feeling the burn. Most important part is don't let the belly button lead. As you get more fatigued, you're going to want to lead with that stomach. It's going to help you get up. Don't do that. Leave those hips back slightly, and you're going to be able to stay under control and really start feeling that burn through your backside, okay? Minute and a half rest after the superset. Shake those arms. Remember, we want to stretch if you get way too much burn with that superset. Supersets are a little bit more advanced for some people, so if this is you, make sure you take a little bit longer rest duration. 2.5 minutes max, though. Don't overdo it, okay? We're ready to go, though. Nice flat back. We're starting with the row. Let's move a little bit more advanced. Be careful with your surface. If you're on some carpets, they may be a little bit slicker. You might put a 45-pound dumbbell or something. Different things that are going to keep you steady on the ground. Certain shoes might be a little slicker. If it's a little dusty, make sure you wipe your shoes off. Most important part is that you stay safe when you train, all right? He's got good form, still working here. Remember, you're trying to fail around that 8 to 12. For you more advanced cats out there, really working for more strength, push it, get to 20, get to 30 if you can. It's all about failure reps. That is the most important part about strength training, okay? I cannot stress that enough. If you don't fail, you will not get stronger. So push yourself and use the superset. So now we failed on the row. We failed. We can't do one more rep. And here we go right here. We've got a superset that's a little bit easier on us, hits the muscles in a little bit different of a direction. So now we get a little more lines in our shoulders, get more build through our back. Good. And again, this one too. Don't lead with the stomach. Lead with your stomach on one. Cheat with your stomach on one. Don't want this. See how he hits the stomach first? If anything, you want to keep your hips back slightly like you're sitting in a chair. Now you're in a good spine alignment, working our back. Get you 2 more. Come on, you can do it. 1, 2. Very nice. Good job. The angle is completely up to you. You've got to challenge yourself in certain rep ranges to build strength. If you stay at a high position with the KB Duo here, and you stay up here, and you get to 18, and you're burning, yeah, it hurts. But if you're not working as hard as you can on the strength level, you're not going to build strength. So if you're sitting here, like I said, you get to 18, next set is when you need to make the adjustment. Get down in there. Make it a little harder. Get down in here. The more that you can fail around that 8 to 12 rep range, the more your body will respond with strength. Got to tell your body the right things to get the right results. We want strength, so we're trying to fail at that rep range, all right? Take yourself a deep breath. Remember, we're shooting for that minute and a half rest period. But if you need that 2.5, don't go any farther than that. That's got to be the place where you call it quits. You've got to get moving again, or you're going to miss that range, that good burn that we've been working for. Okay? Let's go ahead and get started. Big reps here. Get your feet nice and sturdy. Get ready to rock. Make sure you get that big chest and you get that squeeze in your back. Pull it up. Good. Good. Very nice. Keeping that good posture. Make sure you wrap your thumbs around. You know, I've also seen some people like to keep their thumbs on the same side of the handle. We don't want that. Get a nice good base. Keep your wrist straight. If you're really trying to push yourself and you're trying to work really hard, sometimes you roll these wrists in. You roll your wrists. You don't want to do that. It's going to really burn out your forearms. You might get some tendinitis kind of problems. We don't want that, okay? So always work in a nice straight line with your wrist, real solid, real straight, okay? Don't ever curl. Good little tip for you. I found a lot of problems. I even used to do it myself. Get a lot of burn through my forearms. It's not really what you want here, okay? So be real conscious to keep a straight wrist. He's got good form here. He's waiting for the slack to run out when he gets up top. He's got his big squeeze between his shoulder blades. That's what he's thinking about here. You're thinking about your shoulder blades. You get back here and you get to that top and you go, shoulder blades. Weight on the body, shoulder blades. Not thinking about shoulders, not thinking about forearms, not trying to lead here. You're trying to shoulder blades. One more. You can do it. You can do it. Good. Relax. You should have an angry face right now. Your arms should be on fire. Your shoulders should be burning. If you're not there, then you're not doing what it takes to build muscle. So you're here. You're already working hard. You might as well finish strong because we got one more set here. Take your restorations. Really stretch across. Another great angle is if you stretch up. So grab your elbow here. Work up and across. That's really going to work that shoulder in a different way than just this low pull that you normally see, okay? Deep breaths, a lot of breathing. Make sure you keep that back loose. Touch your toes a couple times if you need to. Got the row and the reverse fly. Got a nice break coming up, all right? Deep breath here. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Gonna be a tough superset. Think big chest. As you get tired, you gotta think big chest. Men, women, it does not matter. You gotta have good posture for your body to work right. So, thinking big chest, get your row, big chest. Very good. Let's show us a couple bad form with the chest rolled in. Pull through here with your chest rolled in. This is not what you want. You know, you don't want to roll up here like this. You want to think big. You want to pull towards those shoulder blades, always to the shoulder blades. Right. There you go. Come on, finish it strong. Tough set, you're on fire. If you fail at 8, that's okay. Work to stay at that same angle, but never go less than that 8 rep range. I don't want the row to make you fail around 6. Then we go ahead and take that step back, make it a little bit easier if we need to, because we got to get past 8. We don't want to be any less than that. Very good. That's failure right there. He's working. Make sure you're pushing yourself at home. Women out there working on your strength, always got to point it out. You are not going to get bulky, okay? You need to push yourself just like any guy would. You need to really work to get extension. You need to really work to burn. If you want a couple little lines through your shoulders, if you want to get nice tone through the front side, through the back side, your bis and tris to look good, you have to go to failure just the same as any guy, okay? So push yourself. Come on, 2 more. You can do it. 1. Got to get the last one. Big tug. Relaxing. Very good. We're going to start with the bicep curl. Now, it's a little different than you might be used to with the dumbbells. We're going to work with our elbows up on a shelf, okay? So let's go ahead and pull those up. Good. He's got a good flat body through here, and you want to keep those elbows on a shelf. We're going with a drop set, so we're going to 1 drop. So get to a place where you've got enough resistance to fail around 8 to 10-ish, okay? So he gets a little bit of extension. You don't want to straighten your arms out too much here because with the suspension trainer, that angle is just really stressful on your arms. So you're going to get a little bit straight right here, pulling to your forehead. That's the key. Think forehead. Get on in here. 8 to 10, take the drop out. See how he took 2-3 steps right there? Now it's a little bit easier. Now you get more of that burn. Push here. Very good. Come on, digging. This is tough stuff. The drop sets with the suspension trainer here makes it very tough. but it gives you good size, good strength in your arms. Got about 30 seconds here, and we're gonna roast our triceps. Got a little bit longer of a restoration in between this superset, but we're gonna move right into it. With the tricep extension here, we're gonna go for a good flat back again, and we're gonna bend over. And the key is we want our hands apart a little bit. It's easier when we put our hands together, but we want them apart to make sure that we get full extension out of our triceps, big burn here. Here you're going more towards the top side of your head, okay? So he's got nice flat back. Don't leave your butt out. If you stick your butt like this, makes it a little easier, but that's not what we want. Good flat back, good extension, pulling it up to the top side of our head. You're shooting for that 8 to 10, and your arms are gonna be on fire, I guarantee you that. Take the one step, the two steps, make it a little bit easier. You've got an 8 to 10 again. Drop sets are a great way to build strength, and you gotta focus and you gotta push because it's gonna burn on that second drop. If you've never used a drop set before, then you gotta be careful. It's a little more advanced, so you gotta make sure that you're not pushing yourself too hard. When your muscles are burning really, really bad, then you need to take a little bit longer restoration. We're working a little more advanced here, so we're shooting for about 45 seconds to a minute, but if you need to wait more like that 3-minute time duration, then go ahead and do that. Or even throw in a 1.5-minute rest in between the superset. 2 burn downs back to back is advanced stuff. So make sure that you stay under control, keep good form, and work through that burn as much as you can, okay? One more set here. It's a quick burner. Use this towards the end of your workouts. That's what I always suggest. Big biceps, big triceps, great superset here. Think about this shelf. Think about a shelf right under your arms. You never go below it. He stays high, gotta squeeze. Very good. Another thing to think about is drive with your pinky. Drive with your pinky to your face. Don't think pointers because you're gonna turn into a hammer. We don't want that. We want more height, more strength to our bicep. We're staying open, we're thinking pinky. Very good. And relax. You got about 15, 20 seconds in between your superset. This is what I was talking about with that index finger. Make sure that you're not thinking index finger and you're gonna start turning and you're gonna turn into a hammer curl. We don't want that. You want nice pinkies, okay? Flat hands, more height to your bicep. Let's move into the tricep, finish this one strong. Great superset, but we only wanna go 2, maybe 3 sets max. I always suggest 2 because this back-to-back is gonna burn you out. Remember, you pair this up with these other exercises, you're gonna be good to go, let me tell you, all right? 8 to 10, keep that body flat, make sure you keep the butt with you, nice flat back, big squeezing. If you notice on your second drop here on your triceps that you really can't get it without walking too much, put those hands together and you're gonna see what I'm talking about how it's a little bit easier and you can stay under control and keep the good form. Good, get that 8 to 10, keep pushing, come on. 2 more, 1, 2, nice job. Core strength here, we're going with the swinging tuck followed by a pike. Gonna be another superset to finish up the workout here. Let's go ahead and get started. With the swinging tuck, you're gonna have to start a little bit of lateral momentum here. You're gonna start swinging, swinging. As you get to those edges, you're gonna start pulling in the tuck. We're going for about a 30-second set, all right? It's all about momentum, and on the edges, you really wanna squeeze. That's where you start getting the burn in the obliques. That's where you start running down the sides of the abs, all right? It's all about body control. Don't let the hips drop because you're gonna strain your back, all right? Stay under control here. We're going for about 2 to 5 sets, so keep your pace, stay under control, shoot for your 30 seconds, and then we're moving into the pike. You got the straps here on your feet, nice and flat, pushing through. We're going for 12 reps. It's gonna be a tough superset, so stay under control. Like always, to build strength, we're always adjusting our reps to failure. So as we do the swings and we do the pikes, if you get to your 12 on your second set and you're not even feeling the burn, you gotta give yourself some more reps. If you're pushing and you can't quite get the 12 reps, drop the second set down a little bit. The superset is designed to make you fail. All about really pushing the muscles to build strength, all right? A little bit of rest period here, okay? Building the strength through the core. It's gonna be a great way to finish any workout. So take your time, stretch your abs if you need to, move through with the obliques, lean from side to side. You can even pull back for the abs, the old bird dog there. Got about 45 seconds, minute off. We're gonna get started again, okay? Again, on those swings, it's very important that you wait to build your momentum first. you get all the way from side to side, that's when you want to start going with the tuck. Don't rush to the tuck, okay? Build the momentum first. Let's go ahead and finish strong here. Beginners, you might go with 10 seconds here on this. Get you going. As soon as you start tucking, go for 10 seconds. If you're a little more advanced, you might shoot for 45 seconds, all right? Come on, push it here. Come on, we got to finish strong. Got to have a good workout. Come on, dig, dig. All the way up. He's got good tucks on each edge here. He's working hard. He's pushing, getting his 30 in. Good. Very nice. Now we stretch the abs just a little bit. If you need to take a little bit of time here, no more than 20 seconds because it's a superset. We want to rush right into it. We've got our 12 reps. Remember on the pike, you don't want to max this back out. You don't want to get that bend zone. So you got to stay flat and you got to work tall, okay? Peek the butt, squeeze the abs. And again, if you can't quite make it to 12, that's okay. You got to push through, really work to failure. That's what it's all about for building strength. Very good. We're doing 2 sets here. Show you a little bit about what you need to do. If you're more advanced, run that superset, 4 to 5 sets, and you're going to be all ready to go. Way to push yourself through the workout today. Each and every set, you've got to give it 100%. If you want to build strength, it's all about failure. If you find yourself moving through each set and not truly failing, then you're not going to build the muscle you want. Strength is all about giving it 110%. Way to push yourself today and keep working hard.